Alright, that looks like it's working now. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. YouTube was not playing nice, and we had to work that out. I did my GAC on my account last night. I know I said I was going to do it this morning. I just happened to have the time. I know a few of you guys were able to catch that, which was nice. So I figured before I do any of these reviews today, we would hop on to Vaanced's account and just see what's going on. I am oh HodHod, what would we do without you? My Facebook Reels feed is all filled with dad jokes, and I have a feeling it's because that it's because of you. That's basically all I see. Let's see, we want to get this guy to 5 stars so that we can take advantage. I don't know how we're gonna do it without like Zetas. I already explained this to you, you dummy. I said yesterday, you know what, HodHod, here you go. Your only job is, if there are bots, to boot them. It's like you don't even listen to me. It's really the only job of moderating anything that I do is so that I don't have to go in, request some gear, and delete bots myself. I'm gonna be super nice to Vance today and get a bunch of his stuff done. Ships. It's so weird being on someone else's account because you just don't know how things work. Speed mods. I listen to you. Feel like I'm on a low account. Like I watch guys like Big Boat play, who, you know, is a newer account. Oh, look at this. He might win his GAC. And I just feel like I'm on an account like that when anytime I'm on Vaanced. Yes. Yes, we want those characters. Yes, we do. Now it seems like we don't, but we always want to be ahead of characters. No, we don't care about that. Yes, we want Omicrons. Yeah, what did you guys do to deserve another brunch? Like, I could be sitting on my couch right now. I could be literally doing anything. And here I am doing another brunch. We need our 7 material. That's awesome, Daniel. I'm waiting on my GAC opponent to find out if I won or not. I'm really, really hoping that I did. If I do, I will literally be on the tippy top of K2. I think I have him. I don't think he's going to be able to take me on. But we will find out. It's so hard to buy gear for him because he has so little credits and so few characters that I don't even know what gear he needs. Because this only shows the gear for characters that actually need that gear right this second. We just buy him random shit. Sure, it's better than his system of buying random shit. Yeah, now that I actually try in GAC, like, I don't do bad. I still need to figure out a good defense. Alright, this is... these are not mods that I would buy, but he probably needs them. Get that. Battle computers. Always need Chirotech. I mean, buying random shit is better than he could possibly do, right? Like, he's gonna need it all eventually. He's out of low gear. He's out of everything. I need him to not be. Anything that he's low on, we are buying. Ba-da-da. I don't even know how to do this counter, but... BZ, I'm going to be honest with you. I have literally never had to buy finishers ever. I have found that with the CT1s of all of the assault battles, that I just have never been in a position where those have ever not been so disgustingly abundant for me. I would say that you want to farm the thing that is most limiting to you. And Chirotech, I mean, it comes and goes very, very, very quickly. 1300 can be a lot. It can also be nothing at all. But if you feel like it's no longer limiting to you, or it's not limiting to you, oh, damn it. Or it's not limiting to you right now, it can be useful to buy something else. I'm sure there's a strategy to this, but I don't care. Why is he using Houndstooth with it? The fuck? Okay, fine. Whatever. He's not doing his battles today anyway. We are trying to burn. Actually, I want to burn normal energy on Gear today because he just, for whatever reason, needs this gear. Is there any characters he does not have? Let's burn it here. There we go. Sure. We're gonna burn the rest of his crystals because why not? Hey Asher, good morning. We're just dicking around in Vaanced's account at the moment. So we're not gonna buy Zetas. We're not gonna waste Zetas for him. He's still, I don't know how many times I tell him that he needs to do his stupid galactic challenges. Like even on auto. He just doesn't do it. Doesn't listen to me. Daniel, yeah, I'm not there yet. I'm still in K2 at a part where like sometimes people don't full clear. So, and I'm just happy when I full clear, to be completely honest. If I lose and I full cleared, I'm pretty good at that point. I don't care. By the way, my gameplay sound should be working again. I know last night it was not, and I definitely gaslit all of you into thinking it was. But now I realize why it wasn't working, and I should have that fixed. Oh my god. Okay, fine. We'll throw Maul in there or something. Maul, and doesn't he have third sister? Why does she only have one? Oh, these are... He doesn't need those just yet. No, gameplay sound isn't working? Because I had it hidden yesterday, and I didn't realize it. Should be very low, but it should be working. Huh. Wonder why. Let's see. Swugga Audio. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Monitor and output. It is not hidden. Swugga.gg. There's no reason for that to have sound. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Because the thing that was telling me it was working yesterday, I realized why it was incorrect, and now it should be correct. I just turn it louder. Let's see. I just cranked up the game sound way louder just to see if maybe it was too low for you. Oh, okay, so it was just too low. I'm gonna lower it a little bit to 0.5. Okay. Is that alright? Because I don't want it to overpower my booming voice. It was at like 0.3. I put it to 0.7. Now it's at 0.5. Yeah, I don't want it to be super loud. Because if it's super loud, then you can't hear my beautiful, beautiful voice. Okay. I don't know what he would do without me, honestly, this guy. I don't know. I wonder if his Imperial troopers can do this. Probably not. Where is he? Let's find out. He's got some, like, not great speed mods on these guys. But maybe. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, if Vaanced account can do this with Imperial troopers, any account can do this with Imperial troopers. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, what events are out there today? Get you some of these. It's easy if you have a normal account. Remember, this is not my account. This is the Vaanced account, and the Vaanced account, it marches to the beat of its own drum. There we go. We finished all of his dailies today. Ooh, signal data ascension. Did this just come out? Did that just release? Let's find out. Swagga.gg. See. No, I think that was already in game. Okay. All right, that was already in game. That's fine. Yeah, he doesn't do all of his, he doesn't even get the free packs. Like he didn't even get the free fragmented signal data from that pack. So that should tell you everything that you should need to know. Let's see if we can get him a few more battles. Sure. It's like a whole new world playing this game on an account like this. Because I'm so used to an account that can do things. I don't know what his data disks are. Somehow we're losing this battle. We're not losing, but not doing as well as we should be doing in that battle. I think my main, if I can get him to the next reward, I'll be happy. That's all I want. That's what, Daniel, man, that's what I've been telling him. I've said this to him multiple times in the last couple of days when he asks me about his account, and I'm like, dude, I don't even understand. Like, it doesn't seem like you even want to play the game. Like, why do you spend money on a game that you don't seem to want to play? And he keeps assuring me that he does. I'm just too nice, is what it is. Oh, weak spot would be great right now if, Alright, well, I only really have to do one more battle, because that'll get him to the next reward. I have this theory that maybe if his account worked better... Have you ever played a game, and you were really into that game until the game started to get really tough? And then it felt like progression was moving so slowly that you're like, I don't care anymore? I have a feeling that that's what's happening. Is that he's not moving at the speed of other people around him. And it's causing him to get frustrated. That his account can't do all of the things that other accounts are able to do. Look at that. We got him to the next reward. We got him his dailies. Let's see if we got any decent mods out of our haul today. Set him up with filters. We are going to... Why is this a mod that's saved? No, unlock that stupid mod. And this one, unlock that stupid mod. We're gonna get rid of everything that has 3 speed. Hey, Lady Geek, good morning. I didn't want to set him up with robust filters. So we'll just do that. I didn't think he would follow robust filters. Let's see if we got anything half decent that is worth taking a look at right now. Okay. Tenacity. All right. See this? We've got some interesting health mods with a decent amount of speed on them. Let's see. Where can we... Ooh, HodHod Cartel. There they are. Ah, damn it. I always do that. HodHod Cartel. Quercetan doesn't really need to be fast. It's actually... It helps him out a lot to not be fast sometimes. Okay. Those guys look pretty okay. What about my third system? Like this would be a nice mod to switch out here. 9 speed. 9 speed is the top there. Five speed is the top there. His crystal income is terrible, is what it is. We're working on it. We're trying to get him to do better in fleets. But we're building out that fleet for him right now. Once he has a fleet, at least now, I got him to be in the top 50. So at least now he's getting some crystal income from fleets. That was a very big day for us. How fast is our GMY? Okay, we can make GMY a little bit faster. Sure. These actually don't look too bad. Do we have any health arrows that have health and more speed? I don't. Ooh. Nope, that's offense. Damn it, that excited me for a second. That's, man, when I log into this account and I can't even do mod refreshes some days, that is a rough day for me. And something I was saying to Big Boat yesterday, who's a newer guy, when you're looking at like primaries, primaries are super important. But at this level of gameplay, it's not the most important thing. At this level of play, speed is going to get you and push you past that hurdle. As for Skiff, yeah, so Skiff does not have a mod there. I'll show you. Where is it? So I am looking. Maybe we got one today, actually. I am looking because he doesn't need Skiff just yet. I'm just preempting this team for when he gets Jabba soon. So I am holding out, trying to get a decent primary for it. It's just such a scatterbrained account that you're honestly literally all over the place looking for things to add mods to. Now I could filter for health. Oh, okay. There we go. Look at that. It's just it's piecing together just a crazy. What the fuck is this mod? Why? Who takes that to? Oh my man's killing. Ninth Sister wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't think he has yeah, he doesn't have real Inquisitors yet. He just somehow has Ninth Sister. Or Third Sister. Well, his account is in such a disarray that, like, I agree with you. But I feel like every character needs to be usable for him. See if we can throw some shitty speed mods on Ewok Elder. Sure. So the goal right now is just make a character usable. Right? That's the Vaanced goal right now, is just make it usable. And what we're trying to do with this here is just throw things on, like, Ewoks are not great characters. They're not characters that you're going to be using for a ton of stuff. So we're going to throw some mods now, at least. At least Ewok Elder is usable. Same thing. Pop Blue, right? Throw some mods that we wouldn't throw anywhere else onto him, because we can always come back to it later to throw something better on. Our only goal is to make things usable for Vaanced. Sure, he's a tank. Fine. Just throw some health mods onto Zalbar. And defense. The piecing together... Oh, no, I don't want that. The piecing together part of this is very much like trying to figure out what we can use on shit to make that shit okay. Action. While also not losing viability on things that we might want to actually upgrade later. Defense. You have any defense mods? Oh, damn it. Before. No, we don't want to use anything good here. Alright, this is making my brain hurt. What I've been doing is trying to preempt characters with an arrow, so that it's easier for me to find what things need what. So, like, their 4 speed, or their 4 mod things, I put an arrow there if I can. Hero Po. Do I have a speed arrow for you, though? And that makes it a lot easier for me to come back later and put stuff on them. No, I don't. I know I don't have any of that. Health stat. And it helps me to get rid of mods that we don't necessarily need, while also providing just the smallest amount of viability. So that we don't have to sell mods. Crit chance. I don't think I have a crit damage mod. No. Hey, Cap. Yeah, this is not my account. Oh my god. Come on, Cap. You slay me. This is no world in which this is my account. Oh god, that's hilarious. Let's see, best mod. Ooh, speed. I might have a speed arrow for you. I do. Ow, I think needs speed, right? How is speed? Let's give him a speed arrow if we got one. Yes, we do. This it is charity work. It really is. This it's just doing this is, oh my god. Gianerso mods. I give back. Do I have any more speed arrows? I don't think he has any more speed arrows. This would be a really sweet arrow. Honestly, if it rolls speed one more time, it's not a bad arrow. But it sucks that it's on a speed set and not like a health set. Let's see. All right. I've hurt my brain enough. Oof. Oof. We are going to log out of this. We're going to pop into EA and get out of his account. We're going to pop into my account real quick just to check on a few things, and then we're going to get to those reviews that that we need to get on top of, because we're a little bit behind. We're not Captain Amazing behind, but we are a little bit behind. PC Master Race. Oh, I have to sort my own mods. Don't worry, we're not doing full mod work on my account right now. That is a deeply, deeply personal thing. Yeah, I'm not using defense primaries. You can't remember his Excel. Oh, I didn't even think that I got a thing. Okay, I guess I have to dismantle Datacrons. I wish there were hotkeys for these buttons so I didn't have to keep moving things all over the place. Do I have any more defense primary? No. No speed cell. Alright, anything good that we got? Oh, you changed your... I would never... My number has been the same since high school. I've had the same number, actually since 8th grade. So I've had the same number for 25 years. I cannot imagine changing my phone number. It doesn't look like I got anything too beautiful and worth looking at right now. Did all of this stuff. So I think I am good on my account. We are going to get Scorch later today, which is nice. Of course, why not? And let's see if my GAC opponent attacked. We had a very small chat earlier. Okay. So if I win this, I should be at like 35.90 or so, which will put me right below K1. I do think I have a pretty good chance. Well, if he knows off-meta counters, because he put both of his good ships on defense. He does have Negotiator, though, and Marauder. So if he knows that counter, he can definitely take out mine. He's got a lot of GAC Omicrons. So we'll see. Or maybe he just gave up. Oh, that sucks. I feel like I am so irrationally attached to my phone number. I don't even delete texts. Like, I have texts from 15 years ago saved on my phone. I don't even mess with those. Okay. All right, I think we're good on this end. So what we'll do is I'm going to take a super fast break to grab some water. And then those of you that are in the review queue, we will try to just break down and get through as much of this list as we can before my throat starts to get tired and I decide to walk away from my computer. So I will be right back. Cap, I agree with you, man. I never know, and I've had to look up text from 4 or 5 years ago, before. So I don't delete anything at all. My wife deletes every text all the time, ever. She just, I don't even understand. I don't get it, but it is what it is. Let's set up these sources for today because I obviously did not do that earlier. That would be too smart of me. You never know when you're going to need that drawer, man. You never know. Why is my Discord source not appearing? Oh, there it is. And I've had to pull plugs out of that drawer before. So yes, but also no, you never know. That's it. See, so we gotta set up HodHods, Mets. Who is this? This is SomeoldHobo. We'll throw in there. ImHarry. We're gonna throw in there. Graphical. We'll throw in there. Okay. Good. By the way, Cap. If you send me an email for Gmail, I will add you to my super awesome premium sheet that keeps track of the math on all of the Ascension bundles and Slicer bundles. So I've been doing that for a while, and I will I'll get that to you, but it's locked down, so it needs an email, not just a link. It's up to you. I tell all the creators that I give it to that they can use it in any capacity they want, but, you know. Anyway, let's get to HodHod's account. Let's see. Speaking HodHod, I was on Facebook Reels this morning, and on there, there's like this dad joke thing where these two people, they go back and forth just telling dad jokes to get to each other and seeing if they can get the other person to laugh. And I turned on one this morning, and it was this girl staring at the other girl, and the joke was, well, I masturbated with a pickle last night. Yeah, I was gherkin off. It's very funny, and it made me think of you at 4:45. All right, anyway. HodHod, almost a half year since I reviewed your not an alt account, which I think is an alt account. I'd say around the top 25 to 35 are executors now, but there are 3 Leviathans in the Shard. We've got a few more people in the Discord server, but not a whole lot of people either. Still kind of dead. I've gone like 2 days without climbing, still being in the top 10. I love when that happens. Some days I'll be at like 18, and it sucks. And then some days I'll sit at 2 for 3 days in a row. And those are my favorite days when I don't even have to do a battle, because I'm not doing a battle to go from 2 to 1. I'm just going to sit at 2. Yes, HodHod. Exactly. That's exactly what we're going to take from this, is that is exactly what happened. CT3, Places of Power, SLKR's Cheese. So you don't have Dark Ray yet then. Oh, let's pull this up so people can see what I'm reading. Phoenix, Military Might, CT2. Oh my god, Cat, I need you to calm the fuck down. Do you hear me? Relax, kitty. Okay. Ground War, Jedi to CT1. Fanatical Devotion, Inquisitors to CT2. Well, you don't have to tell me what beats it. I don't give a shit. Duel of the Fates. I have this message tier 2, but once the event comes back, it should be at the very least tier 3. Paw Patrol is a 0. So recently I got my Inquisitors to R7 with Marok for the Riva farming. My current main project is getting the Poncho Brothers to Relic and then eventually R9ing both of them. That's because you sit there and you... That's because you sit there and you listen to all my streams yelling at people that R9, you have to R9 the buddies. You have to, Lover Boys, the Brookback Mountain Chads need to go to R9. With that being said, the guild is obviously asking for people to get ready for the raid, and I decided that clones would probably be my best bet since I already have Tarkin at Relics because of the sea farm. After that, me and a couple people were thinking of doing a race for Balin, but otherwise I was thinking of doing some cleanup around my account. You know, relicking Mando and Grief, getting Jedi Knight Luke. So that means you don't have Jabba yet. So, like, come on, man. But like some outside perspective, I mean, outside of Poncho Bros, probably not. Poncho Bros are non-negotiable. Poncho Brothers needs to happen. Equal. I want to have fun, maybe leaning more towards fun on this account. Most of the old ones are 120 shards, newer ones are around 30 to 80. So again, this is your alt account, right? It's always hard for me to do alt account reviews because I always look at things from the perspective of efficiency. And that makes it kind of tough for me to navigate when I don't know the best ways for you to have fun. So just kind of keep that with a grain of salt. Nena, hey, good evening. I was going to play some Forced Awaken this morning, but I decided I wanted to do this. I wanted to get some of this out of the way. It was stressing me out how far behind I was. Exactly. How do you ask me for a review and not already have Jabba? It's just asking for trouble. You are an Awakened, so my own brethren there. Awakened Coliseum, 354. Right now, you guys are doing 65 in the raid. Which means that for the new raid, you really only need like 1.2 or so. If they try to go for 100 million, you're going to need about like 2.3 million as a total score. Let's see. Yeah, Raymance we don't have. I just wanted to double check on that. Let's see here. The military might. Rebels. Ooh, he's a rebel. She's a bitch. She's a devil. A rebel. Han Solo, Chewbacca, Commander, Chupio we don't have yet. Okay, so... you have C. How are you doing Places of Power only at CT2? What do our rest of our Sith look like? Your Sith tanks are not high yet. That's why. So if like Malik were higher and Treo were relict, you probably would be CT3ing this pretty easily. Is it a priority? I mean, I don't personally think so. Okay. Let's see what these clones are looking like. 6-2. All right. So you haven't really done anything with the clones yet. Man, where your guild is at, it's kind of tough. Because we don't know when the raid is coming out. And none of the clones are farmable yet. So I did do a Reddit post and I did do a video on early raid prep. And I really think that for alt accounts, free-to-play accounts, very casually spending accounts, the smarter way to go is Bad Batch because they're already farmable and you can already be getting them ready, right? You didn't even preempt the clones with the crystal pack, which means they're all sitting at the absolute lowest that they can possibly be. Whereas you could have been ahead with Omega already, right? Omega could be Relict already. And realistically, based on where your guild is right now, you really only need like an R5 team, a single R5 team, to be able to be put in the same position as you currently are in the raid. Now, are you past the point of no return, and should you just hold out for these? I mean, it's an alt account, so do whatever you want. But I do think that Bad Batch is probably the smarter move, because you can start that already. And you can get them ready already. And by the time the raid comes out, presumably in 2 months, you will be much closer to having a serviceable team. Even just doing 1 refresh a day versus the clones, which you're not going to have. You're not going to have Scorch. I mean, Scorch, you've got another 3 months, 2.5 months until he's even farmable. And then you have another 3 months with 1 refresh. So you're 30 to 40% into the raid before you even presumably have Scorch ready. So personally, I think Bad Batch is the smarter guild raid farm in your position. Let's just see, where are we at with this? Okay. I mean, man, you know my feelings on this, right? Like, I think, you know, when you have an alt account, you have to decide what it's for. And is it just for fun? And then you do silly shit, like things that you would never do on your main account just because you want to do it for fun? Or is it like a useful account that you don't want to play as crazily? Is it a mix in between? And I think that building out the most important resource investment characters early is more important on a alt account, because you want to build more of that passive stuff. I like, Jabba is where you, like, I don't know, man. Like, you're in my streams constantly. Every Sunday you pop in. Every single Sunday you pop in, and you know my feelings on this. I do agree with Lady Geek, though, here. You know, it depends on what your guild's goal is. For my guild, we're looking at like an 8 million need. And I'm basically telling people, hey, we want to get our current score immediately. And we want +1 box within like 2 months. So, hey, you need to be doing both, and like right now. If your guild is, because they're on the lower end and you maybe have 3 or 4 people who are whaling, and they're like, no, it doesn't matter, we don't really need you to be ready for 4 months, then sure. Then I do think clones will be the more effective team, but that's going to be a guild leadership thing more than a question that I can answer. I do strongly think that Jabba is too important a farm. Basically, what I tell people is this. Jabba and JML are non-negotiables. And after that, do whatever the hell you want, right? Like, have fun with your account. But Jabba and JML are so fundamental to building out a great account that it's kind of silly to think about other projects before that. Right? You don't have to worry about like fleet or this or that, because if you don't get like the maximum of different things, then it doesn't matter. But those things are so foundational and so fundamental that I would, at a bare minimum, knock out Jabba after doing the Lover Boys. At a bare minimum. And then if you want to take a little bit of a break to work on smaller projects, then that's the time to do it before doing JML. Nena, what would I suggest? I'll read to you. I'll show it to you. My guild message. I've actually sent multiple messages to my guild about this raid announcements. Right. So this is the raid announcement that I gave to my guild to kind of let them know. Our current raid goal to be net neutral within the first 3 to 4 raids. This means an average score of 5.5 million in the first month. To be +1 box from where we currently are within the first 3 to 4 months, this is an average score of 8.5. And our stretch goal is to max the raid. Right? How we can do it, if you're free to play, you should be strongly working on Bad Batch and expect to bring them to R7+. The entire team is now farmable. With creative refreshing, you should be able to get them all to 7 stars within 3 months. If you're a casual spender, we're already mid-cycle on clones. And they are a very strong contender for our necessary R9 team, as they will help with Malachor considerably. If you're whale status, Jedi Vanguard is more likely the featured team for this raid. Go for it. We have no idea what to expect from pirates, but as they will be coming late, I'm not as concerned. That's the guidance that I gave to my guild. Right? But my guild is in a higher position. Which means we do need multiple teams. Just to answer some questions for people on HodHod's thing. Is JML farm just because it's close to the Jabba requirements, or does he do more on his own? So, hold on. Let me just pop this up. We will take .gg and let's add a new source. Let's just take the Discord source. Okay, and use that. So here's my feelings with JML, right? You've got Jabba here. Big brown slug guy. Okay. He's right there. He looks like shit. It doesn't matter. And then you got JML over here, right? He got his like little dress on and his feet. And when we look at their requirements, there's a lot of crisscross between those requirements. And Jedi Knight Luke, who I'm not going to draw, is one of the bigger ones. Right? It's one of the bigger requirements on that character. Now, if we're talking about full efficiency, and we're not, because we're talking about an account that is more for fun and is an alt account. For full efficiency, we actually have kind of like a box going on here. Okay, and in that box, we also have Leia. Right, Leia's up here. She's wearing her pants. She's up there, Leia. And then you have, I don't even know how to draw this. You have the Starship Enterprise looking thing. Right? You have Outrider. Not Outrider, Profundity, which needs Outrider. So if you wanted to be like super efficient, all 4 of these things should be tackled all around the same time. Right? But you don't need to be super, super efficient. The only 2 that I think like super matter are Jabba and JML. Anything else is icing on the cake. Jabba gives you Smuggler's Run 2, which is the most amazing mod thing in the game. He also gives you Rebel Roundup 3 if you haven't invested in your Imperial Troopers. JML is going to give you the best conquest character in the game. He gives you a really solid Proving Grounds character for things that you aren't able to do SLKR with. He gives you Military Might at CT3, and he gives you Ground War at CT3, depending on your Jedi, because you can do it with just Jedi Knight Luke if you have strong enough Jedi, right? So there is a huge ROI eggplant over here, right? So we'll just draw like a nice little eggplant. Labor at ROI. We got this great... We've got this great eggplant of ROI over here that is Jabba and JML. And it just makes sense to go for both of them because they work in tandem so well together in terms of their requirements. Oh, I gotta do this a lot more. This is fun. So HodHod, that's definitely what I would tell you right now is go for your boys. Jabba first, then JML. When it comes to the raid, I am going to concede and agree with Lady Geek. And say that talk to your guild officers. And if they're expecting an early okay score, start Bad Batch now. If they're like, no, we just want you to get it in the first couple of months, then it's fine to go for your clones. But use your guild officers as guidance there. And then beyond that, my recommendation to you is this is your fun account. So after you have those foundational things, have fun. And you want to do a Balin race? Fine. You want to do a Jar Jar race? Fine. You want to go for whatever the hell you want? Fine. But make sure you have the foundational things first. I hope you enjoyed drawing. I hope you enjoy drawing with Egnards. If you are an officer, then you need to decide what your ask is from the guild. Right? You have to know what your ask is from the guild. If you want people to have a reasonable score early on, then you need to have a reasonable score early on, and that means Bad Batch. If you're okay with not a reasonable score early on, then that means clones. But you have to follow your own lead in that regard. It's hard to say the exacts because we don't have any guidance on old teams, right? We don't know if Inquisitors will be used. Aussie Mike asked me the other day, because they use the term faction for pirates, does that mean that old Bad Batch will be used? And that was something that I had thought of as well. Like, hey, maybe that's something they're going to do too. But I know that you don't have old Bad Batch either. So without that information, it is really tough. But I am of the belief that it makes sense to have a team that can push a score early on. That is the Egnard's way to do it. 3 streams back to back. It just happens to be a holiday weekend here. But as we go into the summer, I will, of course, I will be streaming more in the summer. It's going to suck, though, because I very meticulously Velcroed all of this stuff to this desk, and I'm going to have to move my, not the desk, but I'm going to have to move my computer setup downstairs to my basement so that I can stream while my wife is working. to keep my own self busy during the summer. So that's going to be interesting having to do that. And, you know, but yeah, we are doing more stuff just for fun. We only do the things that I want to do. Am I an artist? No, I am not at all. The Clones TB mission, the 501st does it with C-Rex. Rex lead with C-Rex in there, you can hit auto. I win it 95% of the time. Let's just see. All right, so HodHod, I think I gave you your answer, right? I'm pretty sure. That might have been the longest roster review I've ever done. So we got Met up, right? Oh, I have the game up. Here we go. We did Hawk yesterday. Looking for feedback on my current thoughts and plans and if I can tweak them for greater efficiency. I'm not worried about the raid. Guild is comfortable where we are right now, and it isn't decided yet where we want to be with the next one. Lead Arena, top 25 executors. I consistently reach 69 to 72 in Fleet Arena. Not talking to Shard yet. As I get closer to cracking top 50, I'll do it. More 7-star Leviathans. I really want to see the U. Does make for a better Marauder. But 501st autos it at R7. Assault Battles. Nada for Duel of the Fates or Peridia. Secrets and Shadows. CT1. Military Might. Okay, so you Military Might, Place of Power. You have JML. You probably don't have Jabba. Forest Moon, Fanatic Devotion, Rebel Roundup, Ground War. Progress since August. Executor. You have Jabba, but you don't have Rebel Roundup at CT3 yet? Hey, Met. I know you were on super early when we were having some technical difficulties. JML got him the other day, so gearing him up. Profundity, have everything finished for the grind, so I'm waiting on that. Got Riva and R7 her, so waiting on the AB to CT that bitch. Currently, projects R7 JML, Gear 9 currently, and lacking Zetas as well. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis Guild project by August, Punishing One. Yes, you have Executor. We need you to get Punishing One. We need you to get Fleet Crystals. With Jabba, you should be doing CT3. Future plans. Night Sisters AB to CT3. Duel of Fates grind to R9. I need it long term. Trooper grind for CT3 of the two other ABs. I feel they really need that for the signal data. C, I'm so close. I may as well fit Grandpa in. Leviathan, I'll have Fury class in 3 months. Bane, Malgus, Leia, Porgas is always last. My spending has virtually ceased. I spent maybe 50 since August. I do 3x refreshes for mods a day and try to maintain 3x energy refreshes for grinds. No favorite characters. Okay, so a couple of things. Trooper grind for CT3 of the other two ABs. Not worth it. Riva will allow you to CT3 Forest Moon. And Jabba will allow you to CT3 Rebel Roundup. So you don't need to worry about the troopers right now. Fanatical Devotion, you'll be fine on that. Secrets and Shadows, I have a love-hate relationship with the Night Sisters because they are one of my favorite teams. I love them as a team. I don't, however, think it's worth it to bring them up high enough to CT3 it, just to CT3 it. Unless you do it the super low way. I know Phil did it with just an R5 DACA and G12 everything else, but that was with God mods and a lot of refreshing. If you're bringing everything to relics just for the ROI, it's going to take years upon years to see that. And I don't think it's super worth it to do it just for that, especially when you have other things that are going to be, are going to have a faster return on your investment. All right, let's take a look. I mean, Asherr, I'm going to tell you that I am doing a few more, but I do have a bunch in the queue. People always ask. They're always like, oh, like, I'll wait till the queue is lower. I can't predict that. Sometimes I have 2 people in queue. Sometimes I have 10 people in queue. It's always best to just get in the queue. Let's see, Met. Let's pop on swugga.gg. Let's take a look at that collection. 9 million. You got the LS. Okay. So honestly, if you have them all at R3, I would say bring Daka to R5 and just remod. You want all health, like totally all health on Daka. And I personally feel for that mission specifically, I lost my train of thought. I think for that mission specifically, everybody else having high speed is really the way to go personally. The nice thing is that with Merrin, losing is much faster. It's not like the old days where it would take 10 minutes to like get to the 4th phase. And then you kind of go, oh crap, I got to do that again. Now it's so fast that it's not the biggest problem. But if you're only taking Daka to R5, that's fine. That's not a big deal at all. Asherr, what I will say is my goal is to get through my whole queue today. It's 8:30. I'm going to see a movie at, let's see, what time is the movie? The movie is at 12:30. I don't foresee my wife waking up before 10:30. So I'm going to try to get as much as I can done. Okay. Executor 5 stars. I really want you to have fleet crystals, man. Like, I really do. Punishing 1. If you're not refreshing punishing 1 once a day, I would be refreshing it at least once a day. I don't think you need to do it twice, but definitely at least the one time. That's going to help you considerably with making it easier to get those fleet crystals. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis is a guild project, so yes, you should be doing your guild project of Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Let's see where C is. Where is old grandpa? There he is. Oh yeah, you're very close. He doesn't need to. He's not going to need to do Dark Trooper because Rebel Roundup he's going to have with his Jabba. He just hasn't done it yet, or he forgot. And he said he's getting got Reva and R7 Hearn waiting on the AB to CT3 that bitch. So Forced Moon is going to be not a problem either. We're going to see Friendship, Tim Robinson. I'm a big fan of I Think You Should Leave. So your goal here is to critique your actual plan. I would say it's so crazy that there's so many executors for the rest. Yeah, I mean, you really should be able to get into that top 50, no problem at all. I would say skip the troopers. Old Daka to R5 is fine. I wouldn't do anything more than that with that team right now. The Lover Boys, which I think you kind of isolated in here somewhere, that R9 grind, I think, is one of the best possible things that you can do for your account long term. C, you are super close. It makes sense. Do C because of how ridiculously close you are. That'll get you, if you haven't already. No, you did Place of the Power, so you don't have to worry about that. But you are so close, you might as well. I would say go really hard into Leviathan. I wouldn't even refresh your Executor at this point. I would just really push towards Leviathan in these next 3 months, because the faster you can get that up, the faster you're going to be seeing a huge increase in your fleet crystals. So skip the Troopers, Night Sisters R5, Duel of the Fates, grind R9, that's fine. You have to work in Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, because that is a big guild thing, definitely. I otherwise don't hate your plan. I think the only thing in your plan that I would say is take out the Imperial Troopers. Don't need them right now. And really put heavy priority towards that Leviathan for right now. Like that's going to be your saving grace. And people don't understand until they get there and they start getting fleet crystals. And when they start getting fleet crystals, they go, oh shit, I'm getting fleet crystals? Like, this is awesome. And that is exactly what you want. You're at a point in the game where I would expect more from your assault battles, so you're a little behind on that, but it seems like those are all short-term problems that are going to be mostly fixed. Yeah, Bane, yeah. Man, I like your plan. Just take Troopers out. And same thing with Profundity. I honestly would not refresh the Profundity event. I would really just cut your losses outside of 1x refreshing Punishing One, and just really push towards that Leviathan. And when you start getting 400 crystals a day, you're gonna be like, damn, like this is a huge deal. So that would be my only critique here, is you don't need the Troopers. Get rid of them. They're not important to you right now. How was Lilo and Stitch? I liked it. I enjoyed it. I know some people said it was one of the worst. I think those people are stupid, personally. I think it was a really cute movie. I laughed multiple times during the movie. I thought it was heartwarming. I enjoyed it. I teared up a little bit. I recommend going to see it. Especially, I mean, I went with my wife. We don't have kids. But especially if you have kids, the kids will enjoy it. And don't be those assholes who get up right when the movie ends, because there's like a little, it's not an after credit scene where you have to wait 10 minutes. It's like right after. And I watched all these parents like force their kids to get up and leave. And like, just sit and let them enjoy it. Matt, so, I mean, I'm not giving you that much here because you have a plan. Ugh, fat fill intensifies. But I hope reinforcing your plan is helpful. Or helpful enough to you that I feel like I've done something, at least. That would be lovely. Ugh. And we'll just wait, until we find out. All right, cool. I yawn in support of Fat Phil. Love it. He's actually sliding into my DMs right now. Let's see. We're gonna pop over back to Discord. We got SomeoldHobo here. We're gonna say 126. No, because C, you're so close. You're right. If you were like at the 700 range for C, I'd say hold off. But you're so damn close that it's worth it. All right. Let's see what this hobo wants. Looking for feedback on my current plans and whether I should change them. Also, any glaring weaknesses I should address would be helpful. Consistently reach top 10 with Executor, currently farming Leviathan, about a month away. Coordinating with Fleet Shard, most of the top 25 are in Discord together. Assault battles, nada for Duel of the Fates. Man, they followed your... Right, yeah. Followed your thing pretty much to a T. CT1, Secrets and Shadows. CT2, Fanatical Devotion. CT3, most of them. I hate Duel of the Fates being a nada. JMK Cat, Executor, Jabba, Grand Inquisitor, Afra C, Bane. Current active projects. Farming Leviathan should hopefully be done in a month. Is that Bones' alt? Bones is like... Speaking of Bones, he said something on Three Scoundrels a few days ago how people throw accounts at him. Bones is like that 4 out of 10 guy, right? Who's not attractive at all, who has a terrible personality, who doesn't shower and reeks of body odor, who constantly negs like his girlfriend, and every time you see him, he's showing up with supermodels. And you're just like, how? How does he do this? And that is Bones with accounts. Bones, just people throw themselves at him, and I don't understand it. But back to the review. Farming Leviathan, hoarding gear for Reva, 2 shards away, so you'll be unlocking her this week. Farming shards for new Bad Batch for the raid, Lord Vader and new DS clones, personal favorites, and another raid team. Profundity, I'm super close due to the recent Lightspeed bundles. GL Ray, also close due to Lightspeed bundles and can use another GAC defensive team. BKM and Jedi Cal Kestis, guild wants at least 1 done by the end of the year. I figured I'd do both. If your guild wants both done or 1 done by the end of the year, just 1. I would recommend... Actually, I'm going to hold off until I see your guild before I make that recommendation. My spending is the episode pass, and that's about it. And the Lightspeed bundles. Has something I could use. I do 3x refreshes for Cantina to get relic mats. 3x normal energy for shards. You're 1 month away from Trench. Fuck Trench, you don't need them. You're 3 months away from Malicos. They're all saying I can fix him. I have a love-hate relationship with Malicos. I personally hate those games, so I hate the character. And, it is like me and Vaanced. He's a very useful character. I love his characterization in the game, but it is an expensive team, which can be cost prohibitive for a lot of people. That's fair, Daniel. You got me there. Okay, so SomeoldHobo 9.6. We're in Ret Junior raids. We're doing 124. So again, I've said this before, be careful with over-prioritizing the raid. Depending on what your guild wants, even if you jump to the next box at 230, or around what the next box would be, you need about a 2.3 million raid score, which is really not that much. Which means don't go insane on new raid stuff. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we have done. I wish they would put the Order 66 raid in here. Padawan, Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon. It just kills me. It hurts me to my very soul that that's not done yet. It seems like you're maybe slow farming these guys because Fugitive Omega should be done by now. So maybe just doing 5 battles a day, most likely, but trying to get these done. Let's see what these clones look like. The clones, I don't know. Did you 5-star all of them for each of their events, or maybe you just got lucky with the shards for the era battles, but you're not terribly far behind with these, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Let's see what's going on here. So you said, wow, you are not far on Leviathan. Great. Double refreshing the ships, 15 sims each. Hoarding gear here. Once you have Reva, Fanatical Devotion will be CT3. And I've said this before. Secrets and Shadows. I love the team. It's just not worth pushing that assault battle until you're ready to use the team. So don't worry about that too much. Profundity is very close. I know that Profundity is closer, but prioritize Leviathan over the Profundity. Yo, Ray, how close are we? Oh, wow. Wow, we got a lot of stuff here. Okay, BKM. Let's check that out with your guild. Units. Here's the thing about BKM and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis is easier to get overall, but the mission is harder. So when you get 30 people with Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, you're probably not unlocking Zepho yet. You're going to want, like, seriously, like 40 of them. So you need more of these guys. Whereas Bo-Katan's a little harder to get, but the mission itself is a lot easier. Based on where your guild is right now, though, I would do Jedi Knight Cal Kestis first, because it does seem like you're going to end up unlocking Zepho first. So you might as well put some of your prioritization behind that. I don't like that. Did I? Let's see. I don't like that you don't have Jedi Master Luke yet. That's another one that you're so close to. You are a serial Lightspeed bundle purchaser. I think what I would say here, and we can work with this, it looks like you're slow farming the new Bad Batch, and it looks like you are potentially going to be slow farming the new clones. So you can do those things as background farms while you're working on other things. I think that, so when I talk about background farms, I mean, do your 5 battles a day that you're doing now. But right now, your main priority should be Leviathan, because we want to get you to #1 in fleets. I know you're in top 10. We want to get you to #1. Leviathan's going to help solidify that for you and make that easier. So Leviathan is going to be your major priority, your first priority. Profundity is going to be your second priority, so that you can just let it sit. You don't even have to star it up. Just let the game star it up for you until it gets a lifter or a resurgence, or until it's, you know, ready to be able to do that. I would say do JML next after that. Right? I know you have GL Ray on the horizon, but you are also very close to JML. And Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, who's going to be your big guild farm to start, is going to significantly increase the viability of that team. And JML is also just going to be a solid overall conquest team. That is when, now I'm actually curious about one more thing. Okay. Good. Okay, all right. Okay, so after JML, that is when you're going to go for Jedi Knight Cal, and then you're going to go for Rey. Rey is going to be your last priority, even though she is a very strong team. These are things that are going to be done so quickly, right? I don't think you understand, like, you are going to be in a Zeta crunch, you are going to be in a little bit of a gear crunch, but each of these farms, with how close you are, I bet you can get through Rey and have all of this done in 6 months. Now, when we talk about Bad Batch and we talk about clones and doing them for the raid, just again want to remind you that because of where your guild is, be careful about over prioritizing. Your Bad Batch is probably going to be an R5 team. Your clones you might want to take to like R7 for now. Okay, because it's going to help you in other aspects of the game as well. But you can start to gear those up as they start to get ready. So basically, as you finish starring a character, you can pause your major farm to build that character, to get that character to relics. But essentially, Leviathan first, Profundity is second. From there, you want to go for Jedi Master Luke, then go for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, then do Rey. At that point, you should be done with your Bad Batch. You maybe will be done with the clones, maybe not, but that's when you can work on your Bo-Katan. So nothing here is problematic. I just think you need to reorder it. That'll be a good time to work on Lord Vader too, because your clones will be finishing up. You'll have the team ready for him, and you're really not that far from Lord Vader. Probably just need... Oh, yeah, you're not far at all because you've done the hardest part. You took out your credit card. I think it was like 700, right? 790. Yeah, this is easy. So it's really just reordering your priorities. Okay, you have what you need. You just have to reorder how you're doing it, and then you're good. Again, Trench, don't worry about Trench. Trench is not important to you. Malicos makes a great counter. It's just a very, very expensive team that you need Seer for, that you need Malicos for, and more recently, you even need Starkiller for, and their Omicrons. You know, whether you need Starkiller depends on if they throw Hezra into that team, which is going to probably become more and more likely as time goes on. Whew. All right. Oh, my goodness. Oh. And Duel of the Fates. I'm so glad I took that sip of the water. Listen, Duel of the Fates, get it done. Duel of the Fates should be a priority. Leviathan, first priority. Okay, Leviathan, first priority. Profundity, second priority, because it's that close. But then Duel of the Fates has to get done. It's just that important. Then do all of the other stuff. All right, I'm gonna move on. Whew. I used to do like 10 of these in a day, and then I'd come out and not want to talk to anybody. Like, no, I do not want to talk at all. The Harry. There we go. Right here. We're getting close to the end of the queue. Where are we at? Oh, perfect. We're right there. 139.00. Looking for feedback on my current plans, whatever I should change. Also, any glaring weaknesses. Man, I feel like everyone's just like... It's like... I feel like you guys are just fucking with me and copying each other's templates. I should address. Fleet Arena consistently reached top 5 with Executor normally number 3. There are 2 7-star Executors. I'm the only 5-star. There are about 10 to 15 4-star. Do not coordinate as I messaged most and none replied. Kind of sucks, but whatever. Tier 2 on Duel of Fates. CT1 on everything else. None on Peridia Patrol. With where you are in the game, it sounds like you don't need Peridia Patrol right now. Last year's progress, Executor 5 stars, SLK are still getting alt, some other farmings, currently active projects. Well, what I mean, Nena, is that I have, obviously, a thing here, right? I think. There is somewhere, there is a... Where is it? I don't even know where it is. Is it in roster review requests? I don't know. Is it at the top? I honestly don't remember. But there is a thing where people go to see that I have asked them some questions, and I just like that everybody has oh, here they are. Everybody has written in basically the same thing. And I've just found that funny. Okay. Back to the review. Getting SLKRs, all farming shards for C3PO and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, farming shards for POW and MQJ. We'll probably take them to R7. I'm debating between Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, and Malik. After that, I might go for Profundity due to the purchase of the recent LSABs. I don't spend money on anything other than LSBs. Proving Ground unlocks. Do my first PG this time. Not sure what to expect. SLKR can do a lot of them. And there is, we have it listed on our Discord. I think it is in, where is it? GAC and Journey Help. There's a thread, maybe not in Journey Help. Oh, pinned message, which has a Trello board that kind of helps people. It's mostly non-GL teams. It is community. It's not my thing. It's a community thing. That might help you with the Proving Grounds starting today. Let's see. Thank you for taking time. Blah, blah, blah. All right, let's take a look. 4 million. CT1 on everything else. CT1 is the important one. You're in a foundational Jean-Luc Picard is the guild. I like it. I'm a fan. You're in a very foundational part of this game where every review is exactly the same. Executor, Rey, Jedi Knight Luke, Jedi Master Luke. Ooh, man, rough. Jabba the Hutt. Okay. Jedi Knight Cal. Where is it? I haven't really even started these. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to give you is just general farming advice. There are 3 layers to farming. Your primary farm, your secondary farm, and your tertiary farm. A lot of people make the mistake of throwing all of their resources into their primary farm, and then they have to start over again when they're on the next thing. Don't do that, it's dumb. Your primary farm is what you're currently relicking. Your secondary farm is what you're currently gearing. And your tertiary farm is what you're currently shard farming. So you want a downline of like, hey, I'm working on SLKR right now. And I'm focused on relicking. At your level, it might be a character to character. At my level, it's team to team. So I'm going to talk about it in a team to team way. But this is where you're building up all of your relics on that team. They're all relicked, or they're all mostly relicked. You just have to get their relics there. And now you understand that Jedi Knight Cal Kestis is going to be your next farm. Right? And you have them all shard farmed. So you're working on building all the gear for that team. And then you recognize that Malik is your next farm after that, but you don't have any of the shards yet. So you start to slow farm those shards so you don't have to refresh the nodes. So it's kind of like a trickle down economics, which doesn't work for Reagan era US economics or world economics, but it does work really well in this game. I think CT, I always tell people R9 for Duel of the Fates, but you're such early game that I do think that R7 is a relatively good stopping point for you there. Honestly, even right now, because you have so many foundational things that need to be worked on, even R5 right now is not a bad idea so that you can work on other things. Executors 5 stars. I am the only 5-star. That should be fine. You're normally number 3. The rich are greedy. The rich get richer. Eat the rich. Okay. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis is great. I wish I saved my graphic, my Jabba graphic that I made before. It was beautiful. It was during HodHod's review, if you want to look it up. You are in this foundational part of the game where there is a square. that should be worked on. And that is Jabba, JML, Profundity, and Leia. Those 4 things done in tandem are so beyond helpful to an account. You are pretty far from both Jabba and JML. So I would recommend doing Profundity first and working on the Profundity. And while you're working on Profundity, working towards Jedi Knight Luke. And once you've worked on Jedi Knight Luke, I think in your situation, you should do Jabba next and then JML. If your guild is pushing Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, fit him in there. That's fine. If your guild is not yet pushing Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, wait until after JML to get Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Doing those 4 farms will considerably boost your account. It'll give you CT3 in Military Might, CT3 in Ground War, CT3 in Rebel Roundup. It'll give you an amazing Conquest team. It'll give you Smuggler's Run 2, which is arguably the highest ROI event in this entire game. Profundity will give you another GL ship that you can slow farm and not have to star up right now. That is where you should be focusing your effort if your goal is, hey, I want to be efficient in any capacity. This is where I need an I have spoken, like graphic or even sound clip, because that's how strongly I feel about that. For PG, you have SLKR. He might need his ult to do a lot of what he does, but he is able to do most of them. If you can't clear SR2, the way that I did it was, no, he's not too weak at R5. The way that I did it, because Jabba doesn't do damage by himself, is Jabba, Skiff, Bosch, Kursitan, and Chewbacca. And Chewbacca just allows so much more damage to happen. It makes that event so much easier. If the event were around today, I would say, give me your login. I would do it for you. It's not around today. And unfortunately, the next time it comes around, which I think is tomorrow, actually, I have work. But Chewbacca does make it a lot easier. It's not an R5 Jabba issue. It's a mods issue, and maybe even Kursitan, because you want him tanking all of those hits. But you want the team to be pretty damn fast, and it is a beautiful event. The other thing is, I don't know if you've been watching the videos on it, you really don't want to use the ult. You want to throw the thermals, because those thermals do all of your damage. People actually report autoing it much easier pre-ult, because post-ult, he'll use that ult. You only use the ult. What I do before it was simmable is I'd wait till the last round. I'd throw 1 round of thermals, and then I would ult one of the death troopers, and it would just explode everything. But that should be it here. This is a very easy one. Hopefully it was helpful, but that's exactly what I would do with this account. Goodness. All right. I am going to step out for just a minute to grab some more water. I will be right back. All right. Whew. There we go. DCU, you missed my beautiful graphic skills. And the next review is for Graphical, ironically. We're going to do 152.00. There we go. What does the top 20 of your fleet arena look like? All Leviathans currently getting top 50. Ooh, don't like it. Are you coordinating, talking? No. If you haven't tried, I definitely would try to coordinate, because it is just like it helps so much. Oh man, we're doing really great on the assault battles, which frustrates me because I feel like you should be doing better on your fleet arena here. Fanatical Devotion, Seers of Shadows, Duel of Fates R9. Well, this is the first one in a while where Duel of the Fates has been R9. What are you currently working on? Finishing Marok for Riva ready, and then Jedi Knight Cal Kestis for Zepho for the guild. Are you dead set? Yes. Okay, so everything we talk about today is after Riva ready and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Everything we talk about is post that. Daniel, man, I'm game. I'm very upset because when I have a really great liquor cabinet and we put it downstairs in my basement and we were going to do a whole bar down there. And it was going to look beautiful. I have tons of scotches and whiskeys and all these different things that I bought over the years. And then we have the water issue in our basement. So now all of my liquors are just in boxes, just sitting there because I have nowhere to put them. And it's very, very, very sad. Are you dead set on continuing? Yes. How highly do you value efficiency? Efficiency over fun. Are there any favorite characters? Would like to R9 the Paw Patrol, but Profundity and Leviathan are not farmed. The Marok makes the fight easier if you do the Omicron. They just explode. You hit auto and everything explodes. And I do like his Omicron because it makes Inquisitors amazing all over. All over ROTE. It's such a quality of life thing. Yes, Asherr, we are raising the $12,000 I need for a French drain for my basement. So if I have any millionaires in here that want to buy me a French drain for my fucking basement so that I can actually finally have that bar that I want. Malgus is at 190. Malgus ship. Oh, it hurts, man. It hurts that these are so low. Scythe 126, 230. Ben Swallow is 194. Let's see. 330 to 146. 146 divided by 20. That's 9.5. Fuck, man, that's 10 months to get Leviathan. Yeah, and then it'll cost 30,000 to get it fixed. Fuck. That is rough. When is the bidet stream? Oh, I did reach out to Tushy Bidets. I did try to get them to sponsor the Gungies. They did not answer me back. Unsurprisingly. All right, let's actually take a look at the account here and see what's going on. I think your saving grace might be that I really strongly, I don't like to give advice based on this, is going to get Luthen's ship as a lifter. 149. Okay, so the raid is a little priority, but not really. 1, 2, 3. Kills me. No Jedi Master Luke, man. That hurts me so much. There we go. Let's see what's going on here. Jedi Master, you're so close. Is this... Yeah, I mean, Jedi Master Luke, because you're getting Jedi Cal and you're so close anyway, you might as well do that. You might as well finish Profundity. Profundity is going to be, again, I'm giving you advice based on how close you are to it. Not based on my hope that it's going to see a lifter this year. So just keep that in mind. It's just something that you are so... In fact, I would actually do Profundity before JML so that you can start getting the free shards as fast as possible. Ragnard's New Hope. All right, let's see. Hunter Mercenary. So it seems like you're at least slow farming these guys for the raid. And either slow farming these guys for the raid, or you just did the 5-star Apo trick in order to get them up there. Again, I've said this a lot here. I do think that you have to be careful about how much priority you give to the raid, but it's really hard to give raid advice right now when we don't know the old teams. But your guild is going to need you to do about 2.3 to 3 million. So you're looking at like 2 R5 teams, and maybe that's Bad Batch and clones. Since we don't know any of the old teams right now, I can't tell you not to do one versus the other one. How far are we from... I think that what I would do, if I had your account, is I would do Profundity. Again, we're talking about after Marok and Zepho. I would do Profundity first, then JML. Then I would bum rush the fuck to Leviathan. And that might mean that as you get closer to the ships that are limiting to you, like Malgus and Malgus's ship, that might mean doing one refresh of Proving Grounds each month. But you don't have to do that right away. The Berm, man, thank you for the raid. I think I saw you on doing some stuff a little earlier when I was just jumping on. It might mean having to do some Proving Ground stuff, which is kind of like butt stuff because it does hurt to have to spend those crystals. But you do that on the back end. I don't have any fancy commands here, Asherr. I don't know how to do any of that shit. But what I would say is that as you get closer to Leviathan, and as these ships and everything get to a point where you're like, oh, I would have Leviathan except for these 2 ships, then you refresh, Malgus's ship once a month to get it a little bit faster, right? So like Malgus himself, 330 minus 190 divided by 20. Malgus is 7 months. Malgus's ship is 9, really 10 months. So you're going to end up refreshing Malgus's ship probably 3 times. And maybe you'll have to unlock or refresh Malgus itself once. But I think after you do those little projects, you just need to bum rush towards that. As far as... forgot the word. Ali is being mean to me. I'm being bullied on my own stream. I'm just gonna stand here and stare until I remember. Oh, as far as as Luthen's ship being the next conquest character, I personally think we will not be that lucky. I do not think it'll be a conquest character. Conquest ships are like a gift from the heavens when we get a conquest ship. It is like this, like, oh my god, this is amazing. We don't have to invest in it. We don't have to like spend zetas on it. I don't think that we have to worry about we're going to get something so nice. I think it's going to be a marquee, just like Punishing One was, which means you're going to actually have to invest the crystals towards it. How that'll work with era battles, I don't know. Maybe it'll be an era of ships. I don't know. I have no idea. But that would be my thought there. And if it is the next conquest unit, then I think we're lucky. I just don't think we're going to be that lucky. So that's what I would do. I really want to see you getting further in the top 50 and getting into the 20 and getting into the 10. And Leviathan's going to be a huge quality of life towards being able to do that. Like a huge quality of life. All right. Well, Asherr, we'll do one more. You've been waiting patiently. You've only been semi-mean to me. We'll do one more today and save everything else for this Sunday when we do brunch. Because if I have no reviews during brunch, how does that even work? What do I even do for brunch, right? I think yours is actually the last one anyway, so. All right, let's see. We got Asherr. Go to your Discord message first. Just in case you want to listen to my voice later, we will timestamp it. Type of review guidance. I don't think that's a type of review that I offer. Yeah, I'll just start getting captains done. Man, his review queue is huge. My fleet is the typical Executor Leviathan fleets. XJHC, you got to reach out to your fleet guys. You got to talk to them, because old fleet shards actually, like, I'm an old fleet shard. We're very accommodating to people that want to join. Reach out, be nice, and make it about them. Be like, listen, I don't want to step on anyone's toes. I want to take a fleet slot. I'll take number 3. I'll take number 5, whatever it is. If it's the 5th slot, I'll take 5th every day, just to get your foot in the door. So you've got a higher end account, CT3 on everything, R7 Prettier Patrol. What are you currently working on? Getting the new marquees as they come out, and I'm enjoying, although not permanent, the era battle rewards while slow farming Bad Batch. But as a rough idea, I'm thinking of trying to maintain that, to have the clones Pirate Jedi at R9 for the raid. So are you spending a bunch towards this, or are you just doing crystals? And the Bad Batch at R5 will be going for 500 million bucks, so an Ender game account. Then while doing that, or after that, taking the Prettier boys from R7 to R9. If the pirate team looks trash, I'll skip the pirate era and do them then. I'm also 7 relic levels away from getting profundity, but I genuinely don't care for it. If they announce Luthen's ship, I'll spend the coin and get it ASAP. I'm using all my energy on Bad Batch and Sith ship shards other than Cantina. That's purely signal data for now. And I'm using guild tokens to finish Malik's shards. This is so crazy to me. Still Zeta homeless, but what would you do after those unless you have a different idea? I'm torn. I have fairly weakish TB teams, but also have a lot of conquest tunes that have little investment put into them. So not sure whether I should bring up some other teams, get conquest units up, go straight for Leviathan. It's so crazy to me that you don't have Leviathan based on what I'm reading here, or get pilots higher or whatnot. Also don't know when to fit in farming Cantina tunes. I have a few tunes I'd like to bring to higher relics. But I'm on this R9 expensive grind and we'll bring them up after. Baby Cal, SK, Malicos, Bane, Persitan, Darkseid, Ray. Okay, so we got a lot. Pirates. Here's my thoughts on pirates. One of two things is happening with pirates. Either one. Hey, Vance, I did your whole shit this morning. I did everything for you this morning. I even did your GC this morning for you. I got you your next conquest reward. I did everything. Here's my thought on pirates. One of two things is going to happen with them. Either the reward structure of raids is going to stay the same, and you'll be able to max the raid without them. But pirates will be a quality of life for whales to make life easier for them. Or they're going to add another box on top of what's already there, which is where pirates will fit in. People are kind of like, oh man, they're trash because they're coming late. But the first two raids were 7-month cadence. Naboo was supposed to be a 7-month cadence, right? And they released guidance saying, hey, we're a little behind on this raid and everything. And I really strongly feel that they had to scrap Peridia because people weren't happy with Naboo. And the mechanics weren't working right, and it was going to be what it was. We have a longer cadence now, so I'm not hating on pirates. I don't think that I'm going to invest heavily in them, but I want to see what happens with them. Did I see your raid rewards? Yes, you got raid rewards, and I used them. And I brought things up, and I did modding for you, and it hurt my very soul. But let's see what we are doing with this. Oh my God. It blows my mind to see an account at 11.3 million missing 2 capital ships. Like that's crazy to me. And I know you're getting first. I understand that. But Leviathan makes it such a huge quality of life shift. Like, I have to put in 0 effort to get first every day. With Leviathan. Once I get to that pivotal point, I hit auto. Ali, I don't think we're seeing a 7-month cadence. I think we're seeing a 12-month cadence for this raid. And era battles actually changes how much they become farmable, right? Pirates are going to be coming out right as the raid releases, which means that the last of the pirate team will come out about 6 weeks after the raid releases, which means that they will be farmable about 3 months after the raid releases, or start to be farmable. But era battles will give you a lot of free shards in the interim, making it a lot faster to get them. I think we're sleeping on pirates in a way, but I'm not willing right now to call them trash until we have full raid details. So I noticed you said something about profundity, Asherr, and that's one of the first things I wanted to look at here, because you said you were very close. So here's my thought. You're looking at it the wrong way. Finish your profundity ASAP, and then ignore it. You don't have to use it, but let it build up shards for free until it is useful again. And it is useful, just not for what you want it to be. Right? So if you find it undesirable, let it sit at 4 stars, and maybe it takes 6 months for Luthen's ship to come out, but that's 6 months where you're getting those shards for free, and that's 6,000 crystals that you don't have to spend. You are literally right there. So you make it so much easier for yourself on the back end to have to spend a lot less in terms of money or in terms of crystals. right? That's the way that you need to look at this, is let it sit in the back and let it build its strength while you're focusing on other things. You can have this done easily by the next Profundity event. Easily. Just do it to make your own life easier. See, it's crazy to be just so far away from Leviathan, too. And have, like, everything else. It's insane to me. Like, you have everything else except those ships. That is mind-blowing to me. Malgus. So you have Malgus. And Fury class. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to give to you is some advice on how to do Cantina farms. Here's how I do Cantina farms when I always need signal data. Every morning, I do my 3 Cantina refreshes, and I use them on signal data. And then at the midday energy refresh, I have about 90 or so energy, and I use that towards whatever farm needs to be done. Now, if I need the Cantina farm ASAP, then I'll, only do that farm. But generally, I don't need that. I think that you are making a extreme mistake for sleeping on your fleets. I don't know how much you play your GAC, because you're an account that should be way above Kyber 5. And I think that either you're not playing or you're struggling because you're being killed on fleets here. Fleets make accounts is what it comes down to. And as someone who is in a 624 guild, fleets are so important to TB progress because they're so much easier without having to get additional relic levels, and they're worth double. There was a time where people didn't do their combats. Ah, damn it, Avant, I was trying to finish before you. I wanted to raid into you, man. How did your GAC go? I would be putting some priority towards those things. Let's check out these, because yes, you're in a guild that's going to be going crazy on these raids, right? Bad Batch at R5, you're slow farming them. Okay, cool. Nice. I'm hoping I win. Let's see. Did my opponent attack yet? No, he still hasn't done his major attack yet, but I don't think he's going to full clear me. You're slow farming the Bad Batch. That's going to be your 1.2 million team, right? Clones you want ready for the raid. So have we invest? Oh, you have. Okay. So clones you want ready for the raid. That's going to be your R9 team. So that's another 3.6. Right? You're looking to do Jedi. And you're going to do another Jedi team at R9. So that's another 3.6. So that's 7.2 plus 1.2 is 8.4 right there. And then, I can't give you any information about the raid other than that, because we just don't have any raid information other than that. I think you need to get Profundity done ASAP to let it play on the background. I think that you need to do Leviathan ASAP. And since you're already getting #1 in fleets, if you want to let it sit in the background, you can let it sit in the background. I would maybe even refresh it like twice a month to get it to 7 stars quicker, but not immediately. The way that you're going to do Avant, peace out, brother. I was hoping if you were on before I logged on, I would have joined you, but you logged on late, and I was hoping to raid into you one of these days. The way that you're gonna do Leviathan is kind of the way that I explained, which is, let's just pull it up. Mark 6, I think, is Mark 6? I think Mark 6 is a Cantina farm, and so is Sith Assassin, right? Maybe Mark 6 isn't, but I know Sith Assassin is. Where is it? Sith ships. Oh, Mark 6 is a Cantina farm as well. Okay. So what you are going to do is exactly as I explained. You're going to do your signal data refreshes each day. Midday, you're going to do it towards one of your Sith ships. Right? So while you're doing starting literally today, midday energy, and everything midday energy goes towards your Cantina farm. All of your other energy goes towards signal data. You're going to get everything else to the point that you're like within a month of finishing the ship. So when you get to the point where all of these characters are at like, where this number relic mats needed is like below, let's say 300, you're going to reverse that. And you're going to do most of your energy towards the Cantina farm and a small amount of your energy towards your signal data. You put yourself in a position where you're behind on Cantina farm, so you have so many of them to do in a short period of time, which really never should have happened in the first place. But you're making a very big mistake by sleeping on that now. And I would really put some priority towards that. I would say Peridia Patrol. Oh, Fat Phil. Oof. Peridia Patrol for somebody like you who is in an expensive R9 area is important. You're not going to see a return on investment for a while. A long while. I always refresh it once, so it's going to be about a year and a half for me. But when you are someone who's been playing for years and you're in the end game and you plan on playing for years, that's not a problem. It's a priority to build that out. I don't hate your raid plan. I know you're in a guild that's really pushing the raid. I can't give you any advice on that other than where you are right now. And that's specifically because that's all the information that we have on the raid right now. But Profundity, do it. Leviathan, do it exactly the way that I told you to do it. That's going to leave you not that much time, effort, energy to be able to bring anything else up right now. Where is Cursatan? Let's see. I'm just looking at some of your side stuff. Well, I'm telling you, man. Now is the time. I'm talking about your Cantina ships. Starkiller's a nice one to have at higher relics. So is Malicos. Bane, yeah. I mean, you've put yourself in a position where these definitely are characters that are nice to bring up to higher relics. But you have more important things to do right now. And you are going to thank me in 6 months. Right now, it's going to hurt. But in 6 months, you're going to be getting more crystals from GAC. Your fleet crimes are your fleet climbs are going to be a lot easier and less stressful. If the Fandor comes out, you are going to be in a much better position to not have to spend as many crystals towards it. But that's where you need to be right now. And that's what you need to do. Any other questions? Ba-da-ba-ba. Fleet crimes of the Empire. You have committed fleet crimes. You have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have been found wanted of just doing better on your fleets. I think that, listen, that's where you need to be in the game right now, and that's gonna put you you have everything else, right? You're in a spot in the game where you have made a lot of great choices, but you also have to fix some of your not great choices. Okay, so with that said then, we are going to raid out, and I'm going to get a little bit of rest before this movie. And maybe do some Korean lessons or something. I don't know. Maybe watch some Andor while my wife's still sleeping, because I do need to finish Andor. We will have brunch next Sunday. We're not taking any break from that. Hopefully I win this GAC, because fuck Fat Phil. We'll see what happens, and thank you for enjoying time with me.